Sweden to Taiwan this time. Welcome.
Yes. I don't know how far is it.
No,
long distance.
Yeah, but it's kind of interesting with Taiwan because it's one of the it's sort of if I think about it, we hear a lot about Taiwan, given the sort of the closeness to China here, and is that possible for you to say anything about sort of the situation with how is it living in Taiwan? Because in Sweden we don't know much about it, but we hear about Taiwan once in a while in the news. But how's life in Taiwan?
Well, first of all, I think that I would say it's safe, especially during this COVID, let's say, situation.
Yeah, I heard that you've been excellent, haven't you? Been sort of taking down the COVID. I think Taiwan has been one of the best in the world to do it, isn't it? So.
Yeah. So this is something that all Taiwanese are proud of it. And on the other side, so you are in the north, and I'm in the Southeast Asia. So the weather should be very different.
Yeah, so and, as I told you, I just came to work. It's early morning, 6:30 for me, but it was slippery. You know, it was freezing degrees and quite tough condition. I guess you will it ever get down to freezing degrees in Taiwan?
Very seldom. Yeah, and for us, it's cold. It's not very cold. It's hot.
Yeah,
it's hot, and also right now it's very comfortable weather. It's around 15 to 20 Celsius, so it's very comfortable weather.
Yeah, in Sweden we call that summer. Yeah, actually in Sweden it's defined when the average temperature for five straight days is above 10 degrees Celsius during the whole day, the average temperature, then that is declared summer. So that's sort
of
yeah. I'm sorry. That's how tough it is to live in Sweden.
For 10 degrees Celsius for us is freezing.
Yeah, I know. But on the flip side of it, because we know it's kind of cold, our indoor climate is fantastic. You know, we have floor heating and we have triple glazed windows and everything. So indoors, we are probably one of the people in the world that freeze the least during the winter because we are fine indoors.
Yeah. I can see it, yes.
Hey, Peter Chen from Taisys, CEO. I think this is a real privilege for me to be talking to you because you have some really exciting technology that potentially could be, partnering with what we do with digital cash. And can you just say something about what's this Taisys all about? And what do you think you can bring to the table here?
Okay, thank you very much, Joakim, for your invitation. It's my pleasure to be here, and I'm also excited to discuss with you. My name is Peter Chen, based in Taiwan, of course. I'm a Taiwanese. I'm a CEO of the Taisys Technology. We have some penetration in some other countries like the India, like the Hong Kong and Beijing. And we also have the partnership in the Brazil, Japan, Indonesia, and South Africa. So basically, we are trying to promote our patent solution, which is the Slim SIM. Okay, but before that, I also talk about my background. So I
Please do.
I also work in the smart card industry for telcos and for the payment industry for more than 20 years.
Okay,
that's my background. So that's why naturally I migrate my career path to this Taisys.
And what companies did you? What
company-based technology? Yeah.
What companies did you work for before, before joining Taisys?
Gemalto.
Okay, that's the major smart chip company in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a secure chip company.
Yeah.
During that time, it's the world biggest.
Yeah, they are one of the biggest one in the world, isn't it, for secure chips, aren't they?
Exactly. Yeah.
So when did you leave Gemalto and join Taisys then?
It's actually in 2018 May.
Mm.
So it's about 1 month and so 1 year and 8 months.
Yeah.
Time frame. Yeah.
And why, coming from Gemalto, sort of, really a market leader with this sort of smart chip technology, and I can understand you have a fantastic background in your role you have right now, because you are doing something similar, aren't you, with Taisys, or sort of that, but you have a patent on it. Tell us a little bit, what is it that is special here, and where you're using your Gemalto background, that you can really explore that in this new technology of Taisys instead.
Okay, thank you. So basically, we are using using our SIM or SIM overlay. Let's call it like this. So it's a paper thin SIM cards. Okay, here I'm going to show you the sample.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, this is the, I'm not so sure whether you can see it clearly.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's a SIM cards form factor.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have a plastic on it, so you can simply pull up the plastic sticker. Then there is a SIM overlay, slim SIM, pass on it here.
Yeah. So it is a SIM. It's so thin, your SIM, so you can, I guess, in the same slim or SIM slot, you can put 2 SIMs in the same slot, really.
Exactly. So normally, let's say this is our internal naming. Okay, so we call this as slim SIM, and it's also a king. Okay, and then we put it the normal SIM cards. This is a normal SIM card, which that I took it out from my mobile, and we call it, this is a queen. So I put the queen in the slot of this car body. Okay, so here is the king, and here is the queen, and then we pull down the sticker.
Yeah.
Sticker. Okay, like this, and after that we pull out this plastic sticker. Then it come out with this, and it's a king.
Okay, now the king
and queen harmonized together.
Yeah, nice.
You can simply put it into the handset SIM slot, and it works. Okay, perfect. That's basically how it works. Yeah. So basically, there is a smart card chip in it. Okay, with different certification. We have native and Java-based car operating system on it, so can fit for different use cases. Okay, so this is what we are promoting at this point of time, and it's our patent technology. And so Taisys position itself as a mobile security company, a mobile security company through a patent technology, let's say with slim SIM. Yeah. Okay. So that's how it works.
Can I ask you, Peter, because now we are really looking at 2 SIMs, Queen and King sitting together. Why? What do you think? What is the main advantages of sort of having this King and Queen solution together? Why is that a good thing for? Maybe we can take it from our perspective. We come with our ideas for a digital cash, and yes, we need to run something on the mobile phone. Is this sort of could this be used for that for instance?
Yes. So thank you for your questions, and this is I'm going to explain to you. So we let's say normally when you want to add the secure applications onto the mobile, you have let's say several ways of doing it. Yeah. Okay. It's either you put these applications onto the SIM. Yeah. Okay. So that you insert into the handset with the certain level of high level of security. okay? And the other way is to work with the handset manufacturers so that you can put your applications onto the secure element, which inside with the handset manufacturers, mobile, okay? And in order to work with SIM, you need to discuss with the telco operators. For example, if you want to, let's say, work with the Sweden, I'm not so sure how many telcos you have within Sweden. But at least, at least you are not working with one. You need to work with several MMOs so that you are able to integrate with your applications onto their SIM cards, so that different MMOs customers, they can, let's say, enjoy the same high-level security applications. Same for the mobile. If you want to have your applications, let's say, cover as many handset manufacturers as possible, you also need to integrate, although to work with so many handset manufacturers is a very heavy task. So basically, we are trying to address the pain points for the service provider who want to offer high-level security applications. Okay.
What you bring here is that, as you say, instead of going to every single mobile operator to be on their SIMs or to be on the phone manufacturers sort of secure element, it's sort of easier to just, in a way, put the application into your slim SIM, which could be sitting on top, because then that's sort of a faster route to market instead of to go to every single one of them, isn't it?
Exactly. And we say that this solution is service provider centric, and then it's also MMO agnostic, and also handset manufacturer agnostic solution. Compared to the current available solution in the market.
We've had a few discussions before, because right now we are at a stage where we're exploring and discussing between our companies whether we should go into sort of more of a formal partnership here. But one of the things that I want to talk about a little bit, what really excites us, is that this could actually possibly be used with feature phones, because there is a lot of technology which is that can be used only with smartphones. But I guess this is, as you say, it's phone agnostic. So I guess even feature phones, you could use this because they also have a SIM where you can do this queen and king type of integration. Isn't that so?
Yes. This is also our strength, is because that we also have solutions which you can have the mobile payment through a SDK menu reset on the SIM cards. Okay, and then you can use this SMS to send the encrypted SMS back to the payment gateway for the payment processing. Okay, so, and this also works for the feature phone. And especially in some developing countries, when the areas, when people do not have, let's say, the penetration of the smartphone is not high, and then this is where it can applicable for this market. Yes, it works for a feature phone. Yes.
And that's why we are. Because it's difficult to reach into, because a lot of people, quite frankly, are excluded. If they are on just using feature phones, they are excluded from a lot of financial services. But it's very interesting for us to find a technology that could help us to offer our digital cash solution into people having feature phones as well.
Yeah, exactly. So this is also the markets which that we are focused on. So on top of this, there are also several use cases which that you can use this SIM overlay or Slim SIM to carry the applications. For example, the roaming service. Okay, you can just think it as additional SIM cards, and then you download the local tariff to the Slim SIM, and when you travel outside of your origin, let's say mother company, mother countries, and then when you land it, you can enjoy the local tariff. So this is one of the use case and one of our product portfolio we've already launched in the market.
Mm.
On the other side, you can also have the mobile ID on this SIM overlay, because when normally when you want to access the ID service, you need to carry a physical smart cards with you, okay, like the ID cards or the USB dongles with your credentials or digital certificate. Now you simply put it into this Slim SIM, and now when you let's say insert this Slim SIM with mobile ID into the smartphone together with this smartphone app, you can simply use the ID applications through this Slim SIM. Yeah. That's also a typical use case for mobile ID. And then you don't need to carry a physical ID cards. You don't need to carry a physical hardware token.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, that's great. I was just thinking, Peter, because it sort of sits very closely, obviously, to the SIM, that comes from the mobile operator. SIM, sort of a subscriber identity module. This is where your identity sits with the mobile operator. But how are you, or you're not interfering with the operations of the SIM, or are you just like, it's by proxy you're sending this signal from the SIM? Does it go via you, or is it going directly from the normal SIM to the network? Or how is the Queen and King interacting when it comes to the normal operations of with a normal SIM, what that's supposed to do?
Yeah, so basically they are two separate, let's say, SIM cards. So they don't interferes with each other. So when the message or the information come into the cards, the first thing is to the Slim SIM, the SIM stickers, okay, and then it pass directly to the to this Queen, okay. Yeah. So there's no any interference of that. So it's purely independent. So, our idea is just simply add on the applications, on top. Yeah.
But it goes through your it goes through the King to get to the Queen, really, because but it's just a layer where all the signaling sort of it just passes through. It's almost like it's by proxy. The normal SIMs talks to the cloud, and it's sort of via the King in a way, but the King is just letting all the traffic through without interfering with it.
Exactly, that's the way it works. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's really beautiful. And it is exciting for us because there is another, as you say, there is this sort of element here of security, secure element in a way in this SIM.
Yeah.
Where we can write, because, without digital cash, we need to have a place to, we want two things really. We need to, particularly the balance. How much spending limit do you have on your phone? That needs to be very secure. And I guess that could be running, or that could be safely sort of guarded within the Slim SIM here, but also the execution. So you really want to be sure that if you spend $10, we need to deduct $10 from that limit. So, and that code that does that execution, that we need also to run within your Slim SIM environment. But I believe both of these things are possible, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So you can just simply think that it's like credit cards. Whatever you've done through this credit cards, you can also perform in the Slim SIM, because the hardware environment and then security level is exactly the same.
Yeah.
Whatever you need to be processed in the physical cards, you can also process in the Slim SIM.
Yeah. Perfect. I was just thinking. I haven't thought of this until now, but since you come also from from Gemalto, and we now we talk about feature phones and smartphones and Slim or the SIM slot that you can put this on top here. But how about is there any use case that you see using it on plastic cards, having a smart chip as well, that you can what you just showed us here, that or is it always going into the SIM slot as a sort of or can this be an additional sort of I don't know if there, I can just imagine there could be applications for that as well, but or is it only applied within a mobile phone, or is it also on like a plastic card with a smart chip?
Yeah, let me analyze your questions into two aspects. So from hardware perspective, you can let's say it's the same methodology. You just simply put it on the plastic card with the chip, and then you can insert into the readers for the process. Okay, that's first thing. From hardware perspective, it can work. It can be done. Secondly, you need to modify the operating system, because the operating system on the SIM cards to communicate through the mobile is different from the one which that you use physical cards to communicate with reader. Yeah. So you also need to modify your operating system and then the applications to make it work. But we don't, let's say, develop from this direction, because our position ourselves is the mobile security providers. So normally we do mobile, yes.
Yeah, you do mobile, but I can, maybe it was just a stupid idea, huh? Because I was
no, but it can be done. It can be done, yes. But it's not our focus. It's not just our focus at this point of time, yes.
Yeah, because I was thinking that one big difference, obviously, is that mobile phones, they come with a battery, so it's sort of an active device, sort of where it can be powered. Whereas a credit card seems to be a passive device that is,
yes,
when you blip it against the NFC field, this is where you start engaging with the smart chip, isn't it? So I guess this will be a different, as you say, operating system on a plastic card.
Exactly. Yeah. And the other interesting use case might be the CBDC, central bank digital currency. Okay. Yeah. You see, so there is let's say a bunch of discussion around this topic, and there are many countries already starting with this kind of prototyping, POC, and also studies. And we are also, let's say, working with this direction, because that in the end, you still need to have the secure environment to store the keys, okay, so that you are able to assess this digital currency.
Yeah, you're right. I think for CBDC, what they talk about a lot is that just like cash, it's something you hold in your hand, and it can either be in a mobile, and then I think a lot of people think smartphones, but it's great with your technology. It could be feature phones as well. But they do think about cards as well. That we could have it, because I can just go to my dad. He's almost 80 years old, and he finds these things difficult with some technology. So for him, a card would have maybe been much simpler to have a sort of central bank digital currency on a card. I think that would be perfect for him, instead of having the complication of using mobile phone and with that. So okay. But that's interesting, and I don't know if you saw that last week. We announced a great partnership with eCurrency, and eCurrency is a leading company, and what they have done is to develop the technology for central banks, how they should issue cash, and also how to distribute the cash through the financial ecosystem, banks and service providers. And we partner with them in order to provide in the retail, so to make sure that you can do a transaction just like cash in an offline mode. And it's really interesting that what you're saying now, that, well, with your Slim SIM here, we can bring this technology also down to cards, really. It's really, this should be explored.
This is very exciting ideas to explore this together because I also read your press release yesterday. So that's why I also mentioned about
Yeah,
this.
that's good.
And this is also something that we should explore more on this e-currency.
Yeah, and the whole idea, if you know, if I really hope we become partners soon, and you know, yesterday we launched this sort of, as we say, digital cash partners. Really, it's like an ecosystem that, and we would like to bring. You know, we're not just interested to go to say to your customers and we bring you to yours, but it's even more powerful. We like to bring you to our partners because if we, you know, our partner is e-currency and for them, they are the ones that talks to the central banks, and then we can bring you into those situations. Because you're part of our sort of ecosystem around digital cash. So we'd love to do that. So that's exciting. And for us, it just makes the whole solution much better because now all of a sudden, with your idea here, we can also have. Digital cash on cards possibly as well. It's an interesting use case. I know you haven't explored it so much yet, but as you say, your technology works for it.
Yeah, so for sure that I echo your comments. So this is also the let's say direction which that we want to go. So that's why we discuss together and then let's say explore all these opportunities together.
Yeah, no, it's great. Have you? What do you think of our idea around digital cash? You know, when I know it was again. I think we have to give credit to. I've done this in a previous interview. Our good friend, mutual friend, Ramar Stogi. He put us together, and so that was great. But what was your thinking when you heard about digital cash, as we say it? What do you think about it?
Yes. First of all, I think that we are also like the idea for cashless payments. Okay, so this is the big topic which that we want to discuss, also want to explore. And when the first time when I, let's say, studied these solutions, I found that this is very interesting. And then when I studied deeper with your materials, I found that there might be something which that we can work together. So from my perspective that we like this idea, and then we also believe that there are a very big potentials for the combinations. And for sure that cashless payment, let's say, means difference in different countries. Okay, because the market environment, the capability of the let's say location is different. So in China, probably the cashless payment means Alipay or WeChat Pay. In US, probably it's Google, Apple Pay or Samsung Pay. But in India, it might be different, and also especially for in developing areas where let's say the area are not well connected, the network coverage is not working well. So that's why we need to have some offline solutions to tackle these issues.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's interesting the fact that you, you know, because I know you told me before you mentioned Hong Kong, Beijing, that you're working in China. Because if we back to CBDC again, the people,
yes.
the Bank of China, they've come quite far. You know, they're doing live trials right now. I think in 4 or 5 cities around the digital yuan, and that could be interesting if you have connections into mainland China for some of this solution, because I think that's obviously a huge area, and it's somewhat hard to tackle for us given there's a language barriers. But I assume you are fluent in Mandarin, Peter, as well. Is that right?
Yes, for sure. And one more thing that I would like to add is that I also used to work in Beijing, in China, for 12 years.
Okay.
So I have kind of, let's say, a basic knowledge about the market there.
Yeah, no, that's good, because we haven't we stay. You know, China is sort of the most advanced mobile payments market in the world. What they've done is amazing. And now they are pushing ahead quickly as well with CBDC, and but we've sort of stayed away a little bit from it because it's a bit, as you know, as you said, it's WeChat or with Tencent, and then it's Alipay really. It's two big monoliths in a way, and then we felt, well, it's let's not start there. We let's start somewhere else. But I think the whole market will change now with CBDC from People's Bank of China. I think it will be new dynamics coming into the markets, and it's interesting to be part of that journey quite early here. I think it's but we need someone like you yourself that has can speak the language and could be a bit closer, because this partnership we would like to set up is we make sure our products works together, but then it's all about sort of trying to help each other to reach market.
Sure. Yes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, agree. So that's the way I found that the way you are trying to let's say put all the different partners together is really amazing, and I do acknowledge that this is a very good approach, and we also want to be part of it so that we can explore all this use case and opportunity, which that it doesn't happen before. Yeah. And we are also let's say although that I have our own channels of distribution, but they also have some limitations, right? And every partners, they probably have some good strengths, and they also lack of some capability. So that's the main reasons that we sit together and try to make this ecosystem grow bigger and bigger.
Yeah. No, I really believe so. And we announced yesterday our sort of partner ecosystem and the whole idea around that. And I think it is important. And it's, as I said, the fact that we got e-currency, I think that is good for a lot of our partners, because then if this solution fits the overall picture for what they do in CBDC, that's good for everybody. And it strengthens the whole sort of solution for everybody, really. So it's, I like the ecosystem. I think that will be really a pillar for our strategy to go to markets. And we need to we need to find those innovative, cool companies like Taisys and put it all together.
Yeah, we also like to work with the cool company like Crownfish, like you. Yeah. So that, anyways, that we need to work together and then build up the partnership and then expand with this ecosystem. So that for us to push cashless payment vision around the world.
Yeah, no, the same, exactly. It's a global play we do. We have to start somewhere. We have to make sure our products works together, but then we take it step by step, to conquer the world. I think that's the plan.
Sure.
Yeah, I like that. Hey, Peter, we have another call, you and me, in just 40 minutes. I actually, it's 7:20 for me. I'm gonna drive now to I have my car on for service, actually. So I'll actually gonna take the call at 8 o'clock when we are gonna talk again, more on a operational level. And I'm gonna take it from my car. So you won't, I'll just be on speaker, but it's just because I have to, what's actually has happened with my car is that the heater has broken down. And you can imagine me driving 50 minutes and it's sort of freezing outside. I always have to have a jacket on, and I really have to fix that.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna do now. But I really appreciate Peter. Thanks for I think we are getting close to becoming partners. So that's obviously what we're gonna talk about in 40 minutes now. Just to iron out the details around that. But thanks for doing the interview. I think it was lovely to talk to you, and I think I learned a few more things about what's the potential might be here.
Thank you. And it's also my pleasure to discuss with you here. And it's also a very nice experience for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, take care. Cheers. Bye-bye.